don't see him, but behind the scenes, he's constantly doing things to make the products better, but also to ensure the quality of the products that we release. So I'm proud to introduce Drew Mabel, who is our master blender for Sazerac Company.
Blending is something we don't talk about too much here. In bourbon, really you don't talk about blending, you talk more about mingling the different barrels from the different warehouses and the different positions. But actually, in a sense, that's really blending. But I always hate to be called the master mingler, so it's always the master blender. But we take these barrels, make the different products, and make it consistent. So a good example is our Buffalo Trace. Tastes the same as it did in 1999, the first as it was introduced in 1999. So there's really no difference. And that's really the job of a blender. But the fun part for a blender is making something new and unique. So some of these products that we come up with is a blank slate, and basically you blend those products. For instance, our Millennium, it's a blend of 4 different vintages. We have other products, like my Last Drop release. It was actually a blend of almost 14 different whiskeys. So that's where the blender has fun, because you can make something so unique, much better than the individual whiskeys themselves. And that's what blending is about for me, as far as the fun part. And so I'm just happy, even our single barrels, my group actually gets involved with that process too, because we have to approve every single barrel that goes and it's released. So it's a tough job, guys. I just want to tell you that.
He's been our brother, our father, uncle, giving us all the good lessons here, enjoying whiskey. So we wanted to bring him into the BBR family with a nice BBR jacket.
Are
so
you serious?
I'm sure y'all know that he's a Hall of Famer, so we want to make sure it's Hall of Famer. Welcome to the family.
My gosh.
And you got your own number, like you're officially part of the family. You got your own number. This is your number as part of the BBR crew. And you got your and a pass. There you go.
You know, this will make them think that in my mind I will be a gazelle, but actually I'll be like an old barrel rolling down town. What an honor. What an honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do have one. You know, you always hear these words. I saw the goat. Where's my goat hat? Where's he at? Where's he at? Yeah, there you go. So, just briefly, I know we got a lot of stuff to cover today, but I am so proud of each of you and what you represent to the industry, but also to the social environment that we exist in. And remember the last time we were chatting, I said, you know, always remember there's no such thing as off the record. So you should be proud of the image that you present to the community and to others. And so my partner in crime over here, Tyree, he gets a chance to hang out with me every now and then, and we do some events together. And it's nice to be able to chat with people about organizations that we actually are a part of without even realizing we're part of it, because when they see you, they see us. Kind of cool? Yes. So for me and my family and my dad and my granddad, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to become part of your team.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Daddy.
Largest stills in the entire industry. Now, all of our corn comes from Kentucky or Southern Indiana.
You are on a flatboat. You're trying to stay afloat with these 10 barrels of whiskey. That's 5,000 pounds of whiskey on a wooden raft you built yourself. And you got to shoot rapids with it. And the problem is, guess what? Come into the bank and chill for a little bit. You're dealing with river pirates all the way down to New Orleans. They're waiting for you to sink or to pick you off. So you had to have a couple of buddies riding shotgun. Their job was to pick these people off before they could pick you off. Then you get down to New Orleans. You sell your whiskey. Now everybody knows you've been selling whiskey.
Make it back with the money.
You got to get out of Dodge. You can't get one of them old sway back horses like we used to have out on the farm, right? So what do? You and your buddies find the strongest, fastest horses you can to come home. Rafts are going down, horses are coming back, and all of a sudden horse racing replaces dog racing in Kentucky. So if you ever wondered how horse racing came to Kentucky, it's like NASCAR and auto racing over in the Carolinas with bootleggers. Same thing over here. Horse racing was because of moving whiskey around. Now, so this territory goes from Fincastle County, Virginia to Bourbon County, Virginia. During that period of time, these settlers started mixing the rye whiskey with the corn whiskey, and they started making a sweet tasting whiskey that didn't have a name, so it became known as Bourbon County whiskey. So that's how bourbon got its name. Fast forward, when they sent a big shipment of whiskey down to New Orleans, sweet tasting whiskey. And it was so much whiskey that it filled all the available storage areas, and they lined it up on the street. Bourbon Street, named after the French family and the Bourbon whiskey.
But we do that for the future of bourbon. That's why we have an experimental program. So if it was 10 years and they liked it, it'd be 20 years before it hit a liquor store.
Water, the most important within this industry. We currently have over 16,000 experimental barrels here on the property.
A lot of our gifts in the visitor center. Oh, okay. The stuff that we make by hand. It's kind of hard to keep up with. Again, 3 guys, 750,000 guests every year. They all want a piece of it, so we do our best. We are about to open up custom barrel heads. We'll be able to take SBS barrels specifically and turn it into custom furniture. Chairs, a bar, bourbon barrel stay flags. There'll be some options. But you get to actually sit down, come to my new shop, which is kind of a cool spot, personalize it, design it, and make it exactly what you want. So it's coming.
Kentucky Derby race. So instead of walking up to the gate, coming out the gate, first turn, second turn, third turn, down the home stretch, close to the finish line, and he's won the race, so he has his fist ball. As we have 4 recipes, we make 17 brands of bourbons and whiskeys, but we make over 60 individual bottles or expressions. If you're an old-fashioned or Manhattan person, you want Sazerac right on your bar. If you actually like Sazerac, the cocktail, you really want this on your bar as well.
Seven Nine Two is one of my favorites. I mean, it's one of the most exciting brands we have in our portfolio right now. 792, I believe, has 69 global awards and counting. So it's like doing very well. That ranges from small batch all the way to 12 year. 12 year won best bourbon in the world earlier this year. And Foolproof won a master's level award in Singapore earlier this year as well.
So even though all these, there's some that are a little bit younger, some that are a little bit older, but honestly, I think when you taste through these, you'll see such a wide variance that even, I think tasting sister barrels, we don't have any sister barrels because I want to give you more of a range of everything happening, but I think you'll have a huge variance between all these. I do have these at full proof strength, just to allow you guys to see the full strength.
So even from like a company perspective, I mean, we are diving deep into 1792 because it's doing, I mean, great on a global scale. So it's an honor to have you all here and have a chance to engage with the brand.
A and D.
Yeah, they're gonna point it.
Okay.
I'm thinking D, man. D to me had like a on the nose like vanilla, caramel, actually it gets some dark fruit, which is kind of like my profile. And then on the palate, I like the finish, and you know, like I got cherry, I got some of the like a plum, so
Gotcha.
fig, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Honestly, I was between B and D. I think that D just has everything you're looking for. With me, for 1792 full proof, it can be aggressive, it can be a little bit all over the place. But I like it when it's really tightly wound and dialed in, and I think that D does the best job of that. So we'll see how the vote goes. We're gonna try and line and see which way everybody goes. But for me, right now, it's D.
But if I had to choose between one, it's going to be D. So we've been rated blind A and D. I heard that everybody's top 1 and 2. So we'll see where we go. Jeff, we'll see about that.
You didn't think you was gonna take it? All right.
It's more complexity.
Okay. All right.
All right. What is left? There we go.
So all of y'all who voted right, if it was D, y'all vote don't count. It don't count. Y'all don't know y'all palate, okay? So I can't trust your vote. I can't trust your vote.
So if we look at it, if you look at it that way, so we were right. There was like us right on the LDs. There was a total of
I could be happy with
there was a right, thought it was a D. So that's we got it.
So y'all wanted, so y'all wanted D. Y'all really wanted D psychologically.
So D is where it's at. We're good. D's it.
Yep.
So whatever we need to do to have that conversation to prepare for next year when we're here, definitely like the opportunity for BBR to get or Eagle Rare.
Or well and foolproof.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on now.
Sometimes it's just taking the time to help them get out of it. And we plant seeds, but we don't realize it. But that's why I said what you're doing is so important. Is it's inspiration for kids that are in those environments. It gives them a chance to see, I can get out of here. I don't have to stay here forever. That's what's cool about what y'all do. So.